الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا ونبينا محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله تبارك وتعالى عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم تسليما كثيرا أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم أعهد إليكم يا بني آدم ألا تعبدوا الشيطان إنه لكم عدو مبين وأن اعبدوني هذا صراط مستقيم ولقد أضل منكم جبلا كثيرا أفلم تكونوا تعقلون هذه جهنم التي كنتم توعدون اصلوها اليوم بما كنتم تكفرون صدق الله العظيم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala constantly in Qur'an al-Kareem keeps on warning us about the deception of shaitan. And he would like us to understand, to realize that إِنَّهُ لَكُمْ عَدُوٌّ مُبِينٌ, he is an open enemy to you. In these ayat of Surah Yasin, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us an amazing thing about which He says, if you have aql, if you have sense, if you have understanding, you would really take this very seriously. What is that? أَلَمْ أَعْهَدْ إِلَيْكُمْ يَا بَنِي آدَمَ أَلَّا تَعْبُدُوا الشَّيْطَانِ. Did not I command you, O children of Adam, not to worship shaitan? إِنَّهُ لَكُمْ عَدُوٌّ مُبِينٌ. He is an open enemy to you. وَأَنِ اعْبُدُونِي, worship me. هَذَا صِرَاطٌ مُسْتَقِيمٌ. This is the straight path. وَلَقَدْ أَضَلَّ مِنْكُمْ جِبِلًّا كَثِيرًا. Pay attention to this. وَلَقَدْ أَضَلَّ مِنْكُمْ جِبِلًّا كَثِيرًا. He has misled a lot of people out of you. He misled many from amongst your own. If we look within our own souls, within our families, our brothers, our sisters, our children, some other family members, we may not have to go too far to see who were deceived by shaitan and he was able to kidnap our family members. Yes, this is what he does. He kidnaps us. He comes and he takes people away from us. Our own people, they leave us, they go away. Our own people, those who used to stand with us in the saf in the masjid, he takes them away. Those who are with us in the month of Ramadan, he takes them away. Those who used to pray, he takes them away. وَلَقَدْ أَضَلَّ مِنْكُمْ جِبِلًّا كَثِيرًا. He has misled a large number of people from amongst your own. أَفَلَمْ تَكُونُوا تَعْقِلُونَ. Then don't you have no sense, no understanding? You know, in today's time, everyone likes to make sense. Tell me, why do we have to do this? It doesn't make sense to me. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, when you see your people are going away from you, going away from your deen, going away from Allah and His Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, going away from the ahkam of Rabbul Alameen, from the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, does that make any sense to you? أَفَلَمْ تَكُونُوا تَعْقِلُونَ. Don't you then understand? Don't you have sense to see that this is the person who's been kidnapping your people and you still listen to him? And where is the final destination for anyone that would follow the steps of shaitan? هَذِهِ جَهَنَّمُ الَّتِي كُنْتُمْ تُوعَدُونَ. This is the hellfire that you are being promised by Allah. Shaitan, he promised Allah. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when he refused to do sajda for Adam alayhi salatu wassalam, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cursed shaitan, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, he said to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, لَأَتَّخِذَنَّ مِنْ عِبَادِكَ نَصِيبًا مَفْرُوضًا. I promise I'm going to take a good number of your servants away from you. وَقَالَ لَأَتَّخِذَنَّ. He's challenging. He's being cursed at that time. Allah says, you are cursed. You refuse to do sajda to me. You refuse to fulfill my order. He says, okay, I don't care. وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ. This is the challenge. This is how shaitan is talking to Allah. I don't care if you curse me. And not only that I would be in that curse, I will bring a lot of your own servants to be under this curse also with me. I will take a lot of your people to come under this curse. He refused to do the sajda. He will try his best that many of our people will refuse to do the sajda to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also. Refuse to do ibadah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَلَأُضِلَّنَّهُمْ. Ayahs continuing in Surah An-Nisa. وَلَأُضِلَّنَّهُمْ. Oh God, I promise. This is his saying at the time when he was cursed. لَأُضِلَّنَّهُمْ. I promise I'm going to start misleading these people now. How? وَلَأُمَنِّيَنَّهُمْ. I will always tempt them with false hopes. Amani. What is amani? False hopes. That I will have this, I'm going to build my castles, I'm going to have my own world, I'm going to be the king of that world, and this is how I'm going to live. And about akhirah, without doing anything, Allah is Ghafurur Rahim, I'm going straight to Jannah, Jannah is waiting for me, the doors are open, and I'm just, as soon as I leave the world, I'm going there. This is amani, false hopes. Whereas we all know, if we need something, we need to achieve something, we have to work for it. And we keep on working for our dunya to achieve it. But when it comes to akhirah, no, I will just get it without doing anything. 8 hours at work, and still looking more to do more so that I can earn more. I need overtime. I need to finish my house quick. I have to find another job. And family, everyone in the family, parents, children, spouse, whoever that may be, they will also encourage the person. 8 hours out of the house, he finds another job, another shift, 4 more hours. They say, MashaAllah, Allah opened an opportunity for us. The same person says half an hour in the masjid, they say, you don't have time for us anyway. You already spent 8 hours out and now you're going to spend another half an hour in the masjid. There is no time for us. And 4 extra hours so that he will make more. They say, MashaAllah, this is an opportunity. وَلَأُمَنِّيَنَّهُمْ false hopes. That we just keep on building here, building and building and building. And the real life, we forget about it. This is what Shaitan tries with us. That right now you're living here, build this one. Do whatever you can so you have the best life over here. How about there? Where we all are going to be heading there very soon. He says, don't worry about it. When time comes, you will think about it. And many people, it's a fact that I have seen, and we all may see it within even our souls, with these false hopes, that many people are waiting for their retirement so that they will do some ibadah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When are you going to go for Hajj, brother? Inshallah, after I retire. When are you going to start reading Qur'an? Inshallah, it's only 5-7 more years after I retire. Then inshallah, I will start coming to the masjid. And even a person would go to the shaykh, to the imam, inshallah, it's only 5-7 more years before I retire, and then I will spend my life with you. And you never see him after that. And this happened to me personally so many times, not once or twice. May Allah protect everyone. A person had a heart attack, end up in the hospital. We go visit the person. Make dua for me. Inshallah, if Allah will give me my life now, my life will be all spent with you. And I don't see him after that. As soon as he's out of the hospital, you don't even know who that person was. Until he's waiting for another one. Then he will make another promise. That's it. This is all how we are living. Akhirah is only promise and promise and promise. And just planning and waiting, and our time will come. That time is not coming. This is exactly what Allah is warning us about. وَلَأُمَنِّيَنَّهُمْ I will make them, tempt them, make them run away from deen by false hopes. Yes, one day, a time will come. When I retire, after that, nothing is happening after that. See the people who have retired, where are they? Those, yes, for sure, those who were connected to the deen before that time, they are connected even strongly with deen after that. But those who are not connected, day and night, they are sitting in front of the TV just watching different movies and shows. That's all they do. You ask them to read half a juz, they cannot do it. Never used it. Going to change now. After spending 70 years with all of those things, now he's going to change all of a sudden? It's not. وَلَأُمَنِّيَنَّ This is amani from Shaitan. These are false hopes. And as Allah is telling us, وَلَقَدْ أَضَلَّ مِنْكُمْ جِبِلًّا كَثِيرًا He took a lot of people away from you. Don't you understand? Really, look around. In some of the countries, I have visited some countries in the world, where when you sit in the room, hardly you find one person in that family who did not lose a family members as a result of a crime in the country. This is how much crime they have in the country. Unsecure that country is, that they all have lost at least, every person you will see, lost at least one person of their family members as a result of those crimes. And for that reason, every house in the country is like a prison. It's a fact. Something that I have seen with my own eyes. Every house in the country is like a prison. With the bars outside of their homes and their windows and the security systems and every person carrying arms. And worse than the prisons over here. Believe me, you go to someone's house at night time, you cannot knock at the window. You cannot knock at the door because you cannot get to the window or to the door. There is no way of knocking it. Why? Because of the crimes. More than that, the attacks on our homes from shaitan, on our iman, our children's iman. How many? Now, let's look at it very openly. How many of our family members are punctual in performing all daily prayers? That they do not miss any salah. How many of our homes, I'm not just taking individual now, how many of our homes don't have music and dance and all of this nonsense playing in it? How many of our people are protected from these deceptions of shayateen where they will have their headphones in and they just are lost in this dunya? Just trying to listen to all of these music day and night. They know every detail about these songs. They would hear one day a ringtone goes off in salah. After salah, someone comes and he says to me, he says, please tell this brother to change his ringtone. Then he gives me the reason. Of course, what he's doing is good. He says, I know from which music that ringtone is, which means from what song, and what song, that song is from which movie. So when his ringtone was going off, I was looking at that movie in my salah. Because he watched that movie. He remembers this song from the movie, and now he listens to this music. This brother, who's so naive, he doesn't know nothing about where this music came from. He liked the ringtone, he put it up, and that brother, when he's listening to this ringtone, he is visualing that movie that he has watched some time back. This is the strong connection. Imam Qurtubi rahimahullah, Ibn Abi Dunya rahimahullah, Imam Hakim rahimahullah, many of these scholars wrote books about people leaving this world. And at the time of leaving the world, they have a list of those people. They have recorded this list of people who at the time when they were leaving this dunya, they were singing a song rather than saying the kalima. And they also recorded, our history is full of that information. They recorded people who are asked to recite the kalima and the person is singing. And they said, no, not this. Say la ilaha illallah. He says, I can't say it. Straightforward. I cannot say it. Why? Something is stopping him internally. Because this person haven't recited the kalima for years of his life. This is all what this person was listening to. That's all coming to him now. وَلَقَدْ أَضَلَّ مِنْكُمْ جِبِلًّا كَثِيرًا أَفَلَمْ تَكُونُوا تَعْقِلُونَ. It's an amazing reminder. He has taken away, he kidnapped a lot of your own people. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, the worst attack of shaitan comes when the person is dying. He comes to the person in the form of his loved ones, regardless of who our loved ones are. He comes in the form of his loved ones. This is in the hadith. Imam Qurtubi rahimahullah narrated in At-Tazkira fi Ahwal al-Mawta wa Umul al-Akhirah that the shaitan will come in the form of someone that you really love and you used to enjoy their company in this life. Be it your parents, for some people they may be with their parents, for some people their friends, whatever circle that you were spending their time with, and he says, remember me, I'm your friend who died before you. And before I die, I left this religion. I left your deen, Islam, before I die. And this is why I'm enjoying my life now. So I'm recommending you, I'm asking you to leave Islam, to denounce Islam before you die, so you can enjoy it the way I'm enjoying it. A person who does not have a strong connection with his deen, with the adhkar, with the salawat, that person says, okay, if this is true and he is really enjoying it over there, let me join him over there also. And that person will, a'yadu billah, denounces his iman. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, this is the worst attack of shaitan comes to a human being when the person is breathing his last. Imagine, God forbid, if a person would lose his iman at that time. That's it. Everything is gone. How to protect our souls? We know it. There is nothing that will hurt shaitan more than the ibadah of Allah, more than following the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. فَاتَّخِذُوهُ عَدُوًّا. Consider him your enemy. How? By making sure that we are always connected to Allah, to the deen of Allah, and to the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Every form of dhikr that will perform, it will keep shaitan away from us. The strongest form of dhikr is Qur'an al-Kareem. How much Qur'an do we recite every day? When we wake our children up in the morning for Salat al-Fajr, 15 years, 16 years, 17 years old, and maybe one of the parents would try to wake them and the other one says, she was very busy with their homework last night. Let them rest now. They went to sleep 3 o'clock. Now they have a class in the morning also, 8, 9 o'clock. They have to wake up and they have to rush to the class. Just let them rest today. What did we do for them? What did we do to our children? What did we do for our children? We are handing them over to shayateen. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, a hadith sahih in Sahih al-Bukhari, when a person goes to sleep, every person, إن الشيطان يعقد على قافية رأس أحدكم إذا هو نام 3 عقد. Every person, when he goes to sleep, shaitan will come and tie 3 knots at his head. 3 knots by shaitan to tie us up. When this person wakes up, فَذَكَرَ اللَّهِ, and he remembers Allah, he would recite the du'as commanded by Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, one of the knots will open up. You read Surah Al-Nas, وَمِن شَرِّ النَّفَّاثَاتِ فِي الْعُقَدِ, Surah Al-Falaq, وَمِن شَرِّ النَّفَّاثَاتِ فِي الْعُقَدِ وَمِن شَرِّ حَاسِدٍ إِذَا حَسَدَ. Naffathat fil uqad, people blow in the knots. And the strongest of those blows is the blow of the shaitan. He blows in the note for all of us, for every person, every night. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, it's up to you now to open the notes so that you are released from the temptations of shaitan and the effect of shaitan. And if you don't open up these notes, throughout the day, you will be under the effect of shaitan. It's just like having a rope in your neck or something that shaitan is tying you with it. Just like you see people walking with their dogs. This is how shaitan is holding this person for that day. First knot will open up when you wake up and do the dhikr of Allah. Recite the du'as to be recited for waking up. Number 2. فَإِن تَوَضَّأَ إِنْ حَلَّتْ عُقْدَةً. When the person will perform wudu, the second knot will open up. And then number 3, when he would perform salah, the third knot will open up. And if this person wakes up, does not do these 3 things, those knots are still there. Missing the salah became so common. Salatul Fajr especially. 3 days. Days when we are off, everyone likes to sleep late and wake up late. Just Salatul Fajr. That's the common result of those gatherings, of nightly gatherings, where staying up late in the night and then we cannot wake up for Salah. Everyone is under the effect of shaitan. Then what do you expect is going to happen in the house? Argument, fighting, anger, disliking each other, hatred. All of this is the result of those notes of the shayateen. Every home, people are complaining. We don't get along. There is fight. He doesn't do this. She doesn't do. It's all those notes of shayateen. Open them up and you will see how all of the stress will go away out of your life. The stress is from these notes of shayateen. May Allah protect us. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq that we, our family members, every member in our family will take off these notes of shayateen every day that when we wake up. And may Allah protect us from all the effect of the shayateen.